Welcome, everyone, to our next session of Meet the Members of Empower Africa. My name is Shai Bernstein. I'm VP of Business Development and Partnerships at Empower Africa. And as you can see, we're having more and more of these because our business community is growing by the day. It's fantastic. Today, our distinguished guest, I want to welcome Yussouf Ntwali, founder and COO of Bag Innovation. Yussouf, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. Super excited to be here.
Yeah, it's good to catch up. And last time we met in person was in Kigali way back when. And so we also had the event in Rwanda that we met over, cyber. So please, Yussouf, tell us a bit about yourself.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Shai. So my name is Yussouf Ntwali, and I'm an entrepreneur based here in Kigali, Rwanda. I work mostly in the EdTech space. We run a company called Bag Innovation, which was set up about 4 years ago, myself and my co-founder, after realizing a massive problem in Africa when it comes to youth unemployment and young people struggling to really get into the workplace, and we decided to jump onto this problem. And so far, it's been an exciting journey. So that's a little bit about myself. I'm an entrepreneur, creative problem solver. I'm always taking any opportunity to really discuss challenges that the African continent is facing.
Fantastic. Awesome. Could you talk a little bit about Bag Innovation? Tell us about it.
Yeah, for sure. So as I mentioned, youth unemployment is big in Africa, right? There's not enough jobs, but also at the same time, we have a lot of young people who are not graduating with the right skills that are needed for the job market. So when my co-founder and I met 4 years ago at a networking event, very randomly, we started talking about bouncing off some ideas and what kind of business can we start in Rwanda. And one of the things that kept coming back as we were speaking to various different entrepreneurs was that there was a lack of talented young people they could hire for entry-level positions. And that was very exciting for us because we started getting curious about the problem. Where is this problem coming from? So we went on to talk to universities, talking to young people, and really realized that universities were graduating young people and equipping them with skills that are not necessarily aligned with what companies are looking for.
Right.
And there was a huge mismatch when it comes to that. So we created Bag Innovation to really tackle that problem by going back to the companies and saying, hey, what are you guys looking for when it comes to entry-level employees? And how can we translate those needs from the companies into interactive assessment that young people can work with as they're going through university to gain the practical experience to jump into the workplace? So that is a bit about what we do. We have a digital platform where young people access various different company profiles, and then they're able to work with these company profiles to get an understanding of where these businesses are going and what kind of skills they're looking for. And we provide them career development advice throughout that journey, and using gamification to kind of make the interaction a lot more fun for the young people at the same time.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, it's definitely, as we all know, one of the biggest challenges, right? And I think you're tackling it, head on. That's tremendous. That's great. So who would you like to be connected with within the Empower Africa business community or in general?
That's a very tough question. I think if you ask that to any founder on the African continent, there's so many people who are doing great things all over the world.
Right.
But maybe for my own kind of like research and the people that I really look up to, who are building amazing things, I think the founders of Flutterwave. I'm looking at the founders of Andela, right? These are people who been able to really start companies in various different sectors and have these companies grow in a tremendous manner. And I believe that just meeting the team there to kind of like get the story of like, how do you come from idea stage to building a unicorn? Like, how does that work? Coming from Africa, I feel like that's really, really inspiring for a lot of us African entrepreneurs. And I feel like meeting these entrepreneurs would really be an inspiring moment, and it will be a lively kind of like conversation about how to take things forward. But also at the same time, I'm really looking into meeting people who've built EdTechs before, people who've worked at education technology companies, to kind of like just get an understanding. How do you make education accessible for everyone? How do you make it fun and interactive for young people to continue seeing learning as an enjoyable experience.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. So first of all, remind me offline. We'll discuss that because I have some ideas. But to sum things up, I always like to ask a guest to share a different, quote or saying that they resonate with. So please.
Great. One of my favorite quotes, or something that I really resonate with, is "Action is the real measure of intelligence." I think Napoleon Hill said that once in a book. And the reason why I resonate with this is because when you're building a company, there's a lot of ideation that are happening. But a couple of years into the entrepreneurship journey, you realize that it's not really about creating strategy documents, but it's more the people who really grow the fastest are the people who do and make mistakes and learn from them. And I believe that when you really look at it in that perspective, action is the real measure of intelligence. People who've done stuff, built things in the past, are those people that we should be really looking up to and listening to. So that's one of my favorite quotes.
I love it. I love it. 100%. Great. Wonderful. Yusuf, great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. We'll take our discussion offline and have a good one. Stay safe and healthy. All right.
Thank you very much.
Take care, man. Bye-bye. Cheers.